It has been 10 years since the series My Little Pony Friendship is Magic debuted. In that time, fandoms and bonds have formed and also split apart. Some careers were kickstarted thanks to fan works based on this property, and even a community formed dedicated to analyzing the show they were big fans of. But like all things, it wasn't perfect, and one of the people who spoke up about the issues was Lily Orchard, formerly Lily Pete. Love them or hate him, this individual was talked about a bunch for the last few years, and a lot of it wasn't in a positive light. Whether it be stuff like their comments about bullying coming off as terrible advice, people not liking her videos talking about why she didn't like Korra as Steven Universe, or the numerous examples of crazy shit she says on Tumblr. Needless to say, Lily has gained a lot of negative attention in form of comments and videos, and when it comes to the videos at least, they usually do a solid job debunking Lily's points and statements. Now, I can't talk about the comments because there's a lot more to sift through than videos, and I only have so much time in the day. But recently, there was a video talking about Lily that I took issue with, and that was this video by Stargiant Productions. Now, just to get this out of the way, I don't like Lily's content, nor do I agree with a lot of what she says on Tumblr or on YouTube. I am not covering this video by Stargiant because I want to defend Lily. Fuck no. I'm covering this video because despite it being an easy target, this person managed to fuck it up. But instead of doing a commentary on it, I'm gonna do both. Review it and do a commentary on it. I'll leave the full commentary to that blonde-haired guy who's totally a different character. Let's tackle the first thing you see before even clicking the video. The length. This video is over 3 hours long, and on the surface, that's fine. Avengers Endgame was over 3 hours, and people were able to sit through that, and that film ended up becoming the highest-grossing film of 2019. But in execution, Endgame worked because it was interesting/entertaining enough for the viewer to sit through all those hours of content, and, you know, it was good, so that kinda helps. Though that last part is a bit subjective. If you can make your video interesting/entertaining enough for viewers to keep their attention long enough to watch the whole thing, or a decent amount of it, odds are you're not going to get as many complaints from people saying that it's too long. Unfortunately though, this video doesn't work on either level, leading to a video that I had to take multiple breaks on because it just wasn't keeping my attention enough to watch the video in one session. Now, let's tackle the entertainment section since that hardly shows up in this video and it's therefore easier to dispose of in a review. It's hardly present in this video, and if it does show up, it's really not anything to write home about. But, hey, not all videos are made for entertainment only. How's the informative aspect of it? Well, not that good either. Let's go over some examples, and this is going to be somewhat more of a commentary now, so yeah.
The brony fandom has a pedophilia problem.
There are only two ways that I can take this statement. Either A, the only people that can be pedophiles are bronies, or B, all bronies are pedophiles. But we'll call this pin number 5 for the record.
This is not even close to what Lily said in the clip you showed. All she said was that the community has a pedophilia problem. Not that it's the only community to have it, or that bronies are pedos/all bronies are pedos. And unfortunately, this ties into an issue I noticed when watching that bugs me. Stargiant will occasionally exaggerate what Lily is saying and respond to an argument she thought Lily made. In other words, creating a straw man. Which is stupid, because if Lily is such a garbage person to you, Stargiant, to the point where you'd put it in the fucking title, it should be easy to debunk their points. But instead, we got this. Now, you do get on her case later for only going after pedos in the MLP community and not going after others that have a similar problem. But even then, that can be potentially countered by pointing out how small that problem is, considering Lily is still informing their viewers about a pedo online, even if it may not be ones in other communities you want to see talked about from Lily. Now, it's not a perfect counter, but it's a possible answer to this issue. Lily is still informing people about pedos, but just not in the community you want to see them.
Okay. Translation. There is always going to be pedophiles in the world, Sally. Just look at the vast internet. YouTube is being sued as I am making this video because of pedophiles taking advantage of children, either filming them or saying how sexy they look in the comments. Kappa even sued YouTube for this shit.
Google LLC and its subsidiary YouTube LLC will pay a record $170 million to settle allegations by the Federal Trade Commission and the New York Attorney General that the YouTube video sharing service illegally collected personal information from children without their parents' consent. Where was it mentioned that pedos commenting about children had something to do with the suit? Yeah, that's what I thought. So why spread misinformation like that, especially when you could have found the reason in a few seconds, especially since this article was made in September, 3 months before your video even came out? Also, I never guessed a federal law could gain enough sentience to sue companies. What's next, Sopa rising from the dead to take Mega to court?
Editor's note, even if Star Giant tries to argue that they weren't referring to the lawsuit but something else in 2019, I looked into the situation, and the closest thing I could find was advertisers pulling their ads from the sites in relation to pedos commenting on kid-friendly vids, and a proposed law that would prevent sites like YouTube, not a lawsuit against YouTube, from recommending videos for children. So regardless of if this was referring to the FTC lawsuit or not, Star Giant fucked up in the research department here and spread misinformation to their audience. G freaking G.
Tumblr had their site ThanosSnap because too many pedophiles use the site for child pornography and now no one uses it. Oh hi there, Louis Orchard, fancy seeing you here! Why the fuck are you still using that right-wing website as a dead zone now when you complain that you are left-wing?
Okay, we get it. Other communities have this shit. And yes, folks, this is one of the reasons the video is so long. Too many tangents / padding out the video to a ridiculous degree. There's a balance between too little and too much information, and this is the latter. And sadly, this isn't the only example of padding it out. There are plenty more examples in said video that either add nothing to the discussion / debunk.
Except Pear Butter and Bright Mac don't die violently at the end.
You're wrong, Willie. This is more like Lion King 2.
Also, fuck you, Akko.
Instead of fuck you, Akko, how about fuck you, Louie? I wanna die.
Which really drags down the pacing of said video, and it makes me wonder why I'm still watching this long-ass video when it has so much fluff Giant calls points in it. But hey, at least this example is at least attempting to debunk Lily's point to an extent, even if it's heavily flawed.
And Rainbow and Quibble arguing is the episode's version of a musical number. It pads out the time because there wasn't enough story.
You know, that's never really a problem for me if the music is good. And also, the Bitcoin argument I actually do enjoy. That might be because the voice actor for Quibble Pants is Patton Oswalt, known best for Remy and Ratatouille. And honestly, if Quibble Pants was done by anyone else, I don't think this episode would have been as good.
And all this boils down to is, you're wrong because my opinion is different. Nice to see this brought nothing to the table in terms of debunking / responding to Lily's point, and just serves to waste time in the grand scheme of things. Also, for this next bit, I am lowering the volume of Lily's video because despite the warning, it's still really loud, and Giant couldn't be arsed to do it themselves.
My Little Pony is not realistic!
That's not how you treat either D Princess's Dream of Magic Sheep or Raku from the Heart Place. By saying that these aren't realistic, Louie, you make me take these episodes and / all your reviews with a grain of salt, as in, I shouldn't really care about what you say because it is not important.
Out of all the things you could have responded to when it comes to that statement, you choose the thing that Lily herself mentions in the video.
And I generally only get on the show's case for not adhering to realism when the absence of reality has become harmful. Friendship is Magic should not be taking this approach with really serious topics like suicide and depression. Their redemption arcs are hasty and bad, even with taking the fact that it's not realistic into account.
She literally says that she only harps on the show's lack of realism when the lack of reality is harmful to someone like suicide or depression. Is it a flawed reason? Sure, yes, an argument can be made for that. But your response to that is, don't you do the same thing you're bitching about others for doing, Lily? Which is not a good response here, since it's basically trying to call Lily a hypocrite when it adds nothing to the discussion here, nor does it really debunk what the fuck Lily is saying. You could have pointed out the issues in Lily's statements about both episodes here and debunked why her reasons were wrong or something like that. But instead, you provided something that doesn't add much, if at all, to the video, and it only makes the length of this video look even worse since I feel like I'm wasting my time watching the video when I get shit like this that adds nothing of worth to it. Joyous.
The story be better if it was gay.
You know that I was raped by a gay guy, right? Does it make it better that it was a man that raped me instead of a woman? Huh? Is it? No, fuck you, cunt.
What the fuck does that have to do with her stupid skit? Seriously, talk about a hard left turn there. This provides nothing to the segment Lily was in, nor does it debunk it. So it was basically more fill into a video, already padded out to begin with. And yeah, I do feel bad you got raped. Of course I do. That's one of the worst things to happen to anyone. But at the same time, why the fuck are you talking about something that traumatic and serious here when the only relation to it and Lily's clip is the sexuality of your rapist when Lily's stupid skit/song had nothing to do with rape? Fuck this response. This should have been cut, because it's not only inappropriate placed given the context, but also doesn't add anything to the discussion of the episode Lily was about to talk about. Ugh, I need some memes or something to try and lighten the mood. Just one moment.
Don't you ever talk to me, or my sus, or my...
Take care of Rowlet.
No. Who doesn't deserve an epilogue? But who...
Okay, let's move on. I didn't think I'd get that angry, Jesus. And unfortunately, those are just a handful of examples. There were a lot more stupid moments in this video when it comes to the informative aspect of this, and I could go on longer, but then this video would be just as long as Giants, and I would rather not go insane from writing that much and or editing a video that big. Are there some good points made? Sure, but it's really rare, like when at one point Giant tells Lily that Grizzly was a pedo/groomer, not a molester. It's a rarity, and while it doesn't entirely make up for a good majority of the video's points being crap, at least there are some cases where the points are actually good/decent. But I think you get the point that these, well, points aren't that great, so how about I just trim the fat and discuss something that this video should have received a ton of to fix the pacing and points issues. The editing, and by extension, the visual quality. Since Star Giant prides themselves as an editor and even has a segment of this video talking about the editors, that should mean we got some really good editing in this passion project. After all, this person's editing for a really big channel, so let's see what they're made of. I'm not even so much mad at these mistakes, but more so disappointed that an editor who's working for a big channel like Mr. Enter, who prides himself in this hobby to the point where they dedicate a segment of said video talking about their editing before they talk about Lily's time as an editor as well as Lily's political opinions, is making these kind of mistakes I'd expect out of someone just starting out. Even with other aspects of this video like graphic design, the text is poorly formatted with these numerous lines for sentences that could easily fit on a couple of lines instead of the amount you see here, and it could even be in the center to make it easier on the eyes. And the thing about all this is, I'm not an editor, nor am I paid to edit for someone. So when I see someone who is making these kind of errors at this stage in their hobby/career, it bugs me, because they should be better than this. I'm not even saying that they should be let go, or that I should have their job at editing. That's stupid, and the last thing I would want to happen to Star Giant. They're working for someone big, and I'm extremely proud of them for that. They got the chance a lot of editors would love to have, working for a channel with a lot of subs and fans. But that is also why this aspect of the video disappoints me so much, because your skills don't match your job status currently, and I really want you, Star Giant, to improve this aspect about it in the future. This also goes for your audio editing, that could use a lot of work too. I see that you have great potential as an editor, Star Giant, but as of now with this video, it still needs to be brought out fully because, honestly, the editing/video quality outside video is severely underwhelming. And it didn't need to be that way, especially since you clearly viewed this video as a big passion project. You hyped it up for so long, so I really hope you work on that aspect of your videos for the future. That took a lot out of me. And the last thing I'd want to do is destroy someone's passion for something they care about. So I think I'm just going to end it here. Overall, Star Giant's video was heavily flawed when it really didn't need to be. Several videos have been done on Lily Orchard over the years, and a lot of them were really good. The groundwork is there to show why Lily is a problematic and bad person. But this video did not do a good job establishing that. But for now, I think I'm gonna go and relax for a bit, and then, well, brace for the fallout this video will likely bring once I upload it. Special thanks to my patrons, and have a good day, everyone.